The Magnetic Empire, Episode 1, The World Before Memory. Long before written history, before kings, empires, and the first great cities, the Earth pulsed with a network of energy far beyond modern comprehension. Across continents, a civilization existed that wasn't divided by nations or borders, but by nodes in a planetary lattice, aligned to magnetic currents, subterranean aquifers, and veins of minerals that hum with power even today. Legends call it Atlantis, Aztlan, Mu, and even Tartarian. Yet these were not isolated lands. They may have been provinces of a single global system, a civilization whose mastery of magnetism, resonance, and alchemy allowed them to bend the very Earth's energies to their will. At the heart of this forgotten world lies the Richat Structure, a massive circular formation in the Sahara Desert. From above, its concentric rings appear impossibly precise, yet beneath the surface, magnetic anomalies, underground aquifers, and layered strata suggest it was far more than a geological curiosity. It may have been the empire's central hub, a heart from which energy flowed outward, synchronized to planetary rhythms and sustaining distant nodes. Around the globe, star forts, bastions, and coastal batteries were aligned not for war, but for resonance. Each structure amplified, transmitted, and stabilized energy along the planetary lattice. Today, they sit dormant, repurposed, or forgotten. Yet their positions still whisper the legacy of a grid designed to connect continents. Beneath cities, deserts, and plateaus, labyrinths of tunnels, canals, and abandoned railways stretch for miles. Many were deliberately sealed or erased from official maps, leaving only fragments detectable through magnetic anomalies, ground-penetrating scans, or subtle irregularities in terrain. These passageways were not merely routes of travel, they were conduits for energy, resonance, and possibly encoded knowledge, linking nodes across vast distances. Some tunnels intersect cathedrals, star forts, and pyramids, hinting at an unseen coherence that survived multiple cataclysms while humanity forgot its function. The cathedrals themselves were living engines. Vaulted chambers, stained glass, bell towers, and precisely tuned acoustics acted as complex magnetron systems. Organic waste was not discarded but transformed into hydrogen, fertilizers, polymers, and purified water. Sacred rituals, chants, incense, and bells were not symbolic alone. They were operational controls, stabilizing frequencies, regulating airflow and of the lattice, and possibly also working as maintenance alarms. Architecture, music, chemistry, and ceremony fused into a sophisticated system of energy management, hidden in plain sight and later reframed as purely spiritual practice. Even the materials tell a story. Cyclopean stonework, vitrified blocks, unusual alloys, and geopolymer concretes appear across continents with striking similarities. These materials respond to pressure, sound, and magnetism in ways modern engineering struggles to replicate. Metal clamps, crystalline inclusions, and layered masonry suggest structures designed not only to endure time, but to interact with energy itself, charging, grounding, and modulating forces that flowed through the earth like blood through veins. 3 great cataclysms shattered this harmony. Solar storms scorched the surface, crustal displacements tilted continents, and massive aquifer releases flooded lowlands. The lattice fractured, nodes went dormant, and survivors scavenged ruins for shelter, fortifications, and ceremonial sites. Knowledge became fragmented, encoded into myth, obscured by mistranslation, or deliberately falsified. Plato, Solon, and other chroniclers recorded only echoes, leaving riddles and allegories for those perceptive enough to read between the lines. What followed was not merely collapse, but amnesia. The world before memory was buried beneath new narratives. Empires rose atop foundations they did not understand. Sacred sites were renamed, technologies reclassified as miracles, and engineered systems reframed as divine intervention. Over generations, function became faith, and memory dissolved into belief. Yet the old world still hums beneath the surface. Star forts align with magnetic currents. Sealed tunnels pulse faintly. Cathedral spires resonate in subtle harmony with the Earth's field. The magnetic empire was not merely a civilization. It was a conscious planetary network, a synthesis of geometry, magnetism, and human participation that linked people directly to the living Earth. The planet itself holds its breath. Beneath sands, forests, and cities, the lattice lies in quiet dormancy. The nodes, tunnels, and cathedrals wait. And one day, if alignment returns and resonance flows once more, the magnetic empire will stir, unseen, powerful, and alive, ready to reveal the truth humanity has been denied for millennia. In the next episode, we begin tracing the surviving nodes, following the magnetic scars left on the Earth, and asking a dangerous question. If this system once existed, who benefited from its disappearance?